This is a review for a company that for 13 years was known as All American Chimney Service in Louisville, Kentucky. They have now changed their name to American Chimney and Fireplace. In the previous video, I forgot to mention that after the install, when I discovered the dented pipes, as I was up in the attic, I also noticed some loose fill insulation had gotten into that square box that goes around the chimney pipe. I did alert them to that, and when they came out, they did clean that out of there and didn't really have anything to say about that. So let's look at what the Vermont Castings installation manual has to say. It says, warning, fire risk. Failure to keep insulation away from vent pipe may cause fire. Now, let's go see what happens when your certified professionals don't follow the manufacturer's instructions up in the attic. Well, there's the loose fill insulation falling down from the attic, and it ends up here on the top of the stove. What else did I find that weekend? Well, I noticed that the stovepipe had several holes in it that were missing screws. So when Levi came out the following week, he did put in a lot of screws. He missed that one right there. Up here at the top, we're seeing a lot of mismatched screws going on up at the top. So over at the very left, there's a screw poking out. And then on the right, you see a smaller one, and it's poking out just a little bit. And then when you come over to this side, there's a screw poking out right there too. So it seems to me, I don't think all of them are the right screw. What else did I find? Well, let's look inside. There's the box after Levi came and fixed Josh's mistake. I can't show you what it looked like because I didn't take a picture at the time, because I never thought things would get to this point. So when I opened that over the weekend, after the install, the bricks were not arranged tightly packed and neat and tidy like this. There were large gaps between the bricks, and I didn't understand it. It just didn't look right. And the other thing that I had noticed was over here, I took a picture. This brick is not a perfect rectangle, a little bit misshapen, and that corner has an indent in it. When Levi came out, I don't think it was an issue to him because he ended up using it again. But he pulled out all the bricks that Josh had put in, and as he was pulling them out, he discovered something that I hadn't seen. He discovered there was a broken brick. So thank you, Levi, for finding that. So Levi does have these arranged correctly now. So Josh didn't follow manufacturer's instructions when he put the bricks in, and he didn't follow manufacturer's instructions when he put the broken brick in. The manual says, warning, fire risk, do not install damaged components. Okay, so what else happened? Let's take a look at the floor protection requirements. So this over here is a hearth pad, and we want that so if we're tinkering with the fire and any embers come out, that they land on the pad and not on my carpet. And the manufacturer's instructions, they want a 16-inch clearance there. So we're looking from the top of the stove and from the top center over to the front of that edge of the pad in the front. It's a minimum 16-inch requirement. Now this particular diagram doesn't show the legs of the stove. This one does. So you can see that the front of that stove sticks out just a little bit more than the leg does. It's really hard to tell how much more, but best I can tell, it is at least an inch and maybe an inch and a quarter. So let's come over here and see. From the leg to the edge, we're at 15 3/4, not 16. I had to set that back 2 inches because you can't get a perfect measurement with this one. So once again, we come over here, it's not 16 inches, it's 15 3/4. So that's from the legs. So from the legs, we're a 1/4 inch short of the manufacturer's instructions. And if we add the top of the stove, it would be probably an inch and a quarter. What else? Okay, this is in the user manual. Keep all combustibles beyond the code required distance of 48 inches. Okay, so that is not 48 inches. That bookshelf has been there for 25 years. It just kind of seems to me that when Andrew came out for the estimate, he might have said something to me about moving the bookshelf, that this was not going to work too well. He didn't say anything. But when Josh finished up the installation, he did say that. He said, you really should move that bookshelf. Now, when Levi came out a week later and I asked him about it, he didn't think it was an issue because as long as nothing's hanging over the floor pad, he thought it was far enough away. So I don't know what to think about all this. What else? Okay, we've got a little chip there on the pad. Little chip here on the pad. A little bit of grout there missing. This was a floor model, and it looked great when I was in the showroom. I didn't see any chips at the time, and neither did their employee Harrison. And but it was chipped when I got it, so they did knock $50 off. And one more thing. So up here, I requested some vents to be put at the top of the walls because I was thinking that, if it gets pretty warm in here, it wouldn't hurt to have some vents so the excess heat could go out. So when I asked the salesman Andrew about it, I was wanting a vent like this. See how this vent has a barrier so that the heat's not going to go into your wall. It's going to pass through and go to the other room. And Andrew said, yes, they could get that kind of a vent for me. And when Josh came out, that's not what he brought. These vents are just straight on top of the wall. There's nothing that goes through the wall. And I'm going to show that to you. That if you look on the left side, he didn't even cut the vent all the way to the left side. So anyway, let's look at it from this side. And you can see the light coming through there. So they did say they would come back when they brought the new brick, and they said they would replace the vents. Well, here's the thing. After all these other things that I found that they did wrong, the very last thing that I discovered that they did wrong was they sold me a stove that is way too powerful for my little bedroom. And all these other things can be fixed, but if you sell somebody a stove that is 4 times more powerful than what you should have sold them for their bedroom, you can't fix that. The stove needs to come out. So I want the stove to come out, and Doug wants me to keep it and pay pay him. So we will discuss the sizing dispute in the next video. Before we go, I would like to point out something in the manual here. This box is in this manual. This is the installation manual. It's in here 3 times. And it's in the user manual once. Warning, fire risk. The warranty will be voided by the following actions. Installation of any damaged appliance. Well, the brick was damaged. Modification. Well, I don't know. Is putting the wrong screws in modifying? I don't know. Installation other than as instructed by Hearth and Home Technologies. Well, it doesn't meet the clearance. The bricks weren't arranged correctly. So anyway, apparently it's very important to Vermont Castings that the instructions be followed, and I'm just pointing out they haven't been followed on several things here. All right, see you in the next one.